So I just want to thank you for taking this time in terms of doing this testimonial. The aim behind it is to really provide that support, that other perspective, so that people that might be living what you're living know that there's a way out, and to understand a little bit my type of coaching.
Okay.
So before we start, what do you do, Nejla?
Okay, so I'm a teacher. I teach in a cégep, and I'm also coach. I'm a personal coach in NLP, and that's it. This is what I do.
It's a lot. You're a busy bee.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So when you look in terms of your health, how was your health before we started working together?
It was very, very bad. I have a disease. It's called Hashimoto's syndrome, and it's a disease that affects my thyroid. And what happened is that I was being followed for that. But what happened is that it affected my digestive system. That became very, very slow, and everything I was eating was hurting me very badly. So I couldn't eat, and I was really in a bad mood, bad shape, everything. Yeah, it was really a bad period of my life.
It was a tough period. So, and what made you decide to say, you know what, I'm gonna, work with Dina? What made you decide to invest to work together?
The first thing is that my doctors actually told me that they couldn't do anything, that it was my condition and that I would have to live with it. And they weren't open to anything and weren't suggesting anything else. So I asked around, and I heard from people that I asked that nutrition could be an answer to a lot of conditions like the one I have. So, and I knew that you were a nutritionist and a lot of things actually. And I heard about you, of course. And when I talked to you about my problem, you seemed to know what I was talking about. So it encouraged me to follow what you suggested. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I know when you came to see me, doctor said there is nothing else. And I'm happy that you took that step and saying, you know what, there has to be an answer. And there is an answer when the doctors end up just
at
that point, unfortunately.
Exactly. And actually it was not true, because obviously I'm better now. Yeah.
You're better because you made that decision, right? You talked to people, you're like, there's nutrition, you heard about me, and you're like, you know what, let's invest. Was there any hesitation to start working on your nutrition or started working with me?
With you, no. No, I trusted you fully, really. I don't know why, but there's a certain energy and confidence that comes from you that made me feel that I was in good hands. Now, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I'm gonna be a lot better, a little better. But at that point, I was in a situation where I could take anything that is a little better.
A little better is better than staying where you were at that moment.
Yeah, exactly. So I had no expectations, like big expectations, but I was hoping, of course, that it would help me be better.
And when you made that decision to start working with me, you're like, you know what, I found this girl, I'm going to work with her. How did you feel?
I felt it's difficult for me to find the words in English. I felt, how can I say this? Like protected. like you knew what you were talking about. I could see that you understood all the details of my conditions, and just the fact that you were listening to me carefully and taking notes, and you weren't lost in what I was, because it was like a difficult condition and a weird one. So it made me feel very confident and relaxed and in good hands.
That's amazing. And thank you for trusting me, making the decision.
There's a lot of trust, of course, in the whole process. Yeah.
So when you look in terms of the work that we did together, what was that biggest change that you had when we started working together? What was that like, wow, aha moment, you're like, this is amazing?
Oh, okay. So yes, I remember this very clearly, because when I started, I always had headaches, like all the time. And whatever I would eat, it would hurt my stomach. And I would have to take the Tums and eat certain kind of food just to make my stomach like less acidic. So when I started the first week, and you told me it's gonna be 6 months, but the first week was amazing, because you told me to stop eating a lot of things, but you said, okay, this week or those 2 weeks you can eat a certain kind of food, and we will see next what will happen. And in those 2 weeks, it was like amazing, because I wasn't hurting anymore. No headaches and no heartburns. And for me, it was really something back then.
But I remember that moment, because exactly like you said, you were hoping to feel a little bit better, but then it really exceeded what you were.
It was amazing, because I felt a lot better in a very short lapse of time. And I wasn't expecting that at all. So for me, it was, oh my God, it's amazing. It's like a miracle.
It does feel like a miracle, right? When there's nobody giving you anything, and then I give you something and you're like, wow, I can actually,
Yeah, especially that the doctor said, especially my family doctor, whom I was seeing regularly, like was seeing him once every 40 days. And he was very skeptical. I don't know how to say this word.
I'm losing my English.
Yeah, and when I told him that I'm gonna start a diet, he was not very encouraging, saying that, you know what, with your condition, whatever you will do, whatever you will eat, it won't change anything, because it's the messages that go to your brain that are not understood by your brain, and like a big scientific explanation that discouraged, or didn't discourage me, but I think the purpose was to discourage me. I don't know why, actually. So the result, the good result, were even better, knowing that I wasn't hoping a lot.
You're expecting a little and you end up getting a lot, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So in terms of, the approach, how we started together, looking at the foods, the plan, and so on, how did you find the process of working together?
At first, it was maybe a little, I wouldn't say difficult, it was a little in details. So I had to follow a lot of detailed planification. You gave me a list of foods I can eat and other food that I can't eat, and how to eat them, and you gave me your recipes, and so it was a little how can I say this, it was I had to organize myself a lot, and I remember something, I had to eat once every 2 hours or 3 hours. So I had bananas in my purse and little collation, and for me it was like a little overwhelming, because I needed my food next to me all day long.
was that treatment? Yeah.
But I liked that because at least I had control over something. I knew what to eat and when to eat, and in what quantity.
Quantity.
So it was very good for me. And once I started to see results, it was very, very encouraging to continue and to be very specific with with the indications that you gave me.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, like you didn't have any more headaches and migraines, your digestion got better. Anything else that improved by working together and implementing the stuff that I recommended?
Like immediately or later?
Later.
Yeah. So one of the things that one of the things that was bothering me was the bloating. You say bloating?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the fact that I gained a lot of weight, like I gained, I would say 10 kilos in a few months, which was a lot for me. So I felt heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I used to feel heavy and a little lazy too. And this is also because of my thyroid. Once my diet started, little by little, I remember I would feel lighter. And I realized after a while that I wasn't bloated anymore. So I started going back to yoga and doing activities and enjoying going to work and seeing my friends. Of course, it affects every aspect of your life when you don't hurt anymore. It's I don't know where to go, but it really affected a lot of aspects in my life. That's for sure.
Because it happens when we have something like this and we've had it for a long time and the doctor says we have to live with it, that discomfort becomes normal.
Yeah.
But then we start taking out and seeing that it doesn't have to be the normal. It's like you're peeling all these layers of whatever's been going on, of not being able to be aligned to your body. And then you're realizing, wow, you're feeling good going to work, going out with your friends, and you're like, I'm not bloated anymore. And that sometimes can take a little bit of time to see that amazing change that you have.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see everything immediately. But after a while, after a few weeks, a few months, I lost weight. I had a lot of energy. I could do a lot of activities. I was in a better mood. No headaches, no heartburns, and little by little, I could also eat a bigger variety of food.
Yeah, we increased the variety at one point.
Yeah. So this was amazing too. Yeah.
And in terms of, I think, have you ever worked with a dietitian before me? I don't remember.
No,
I think
never.
Perfect. And let's say we haven't met, we haven't crossed paths. Where do you think you would be right now with your health, with your body, with your energy?
I think I would have tried to look for solutions, because I was at this point of my life where I was looking for solutions that are not the traditional ones, I would say. I'm very happy I found you because there's a lot of people on the market and they are not all very competent like you are. So I don't know. I don't know. I know that I'm very lucky.
I'm happy our path crossed paths at that point, and you don't have to think of what if right now. You're living the goal that you wanted to reach, which makes me very
happy. Thank you.
And let's say you cross somebody and somebody's thinking of working with me. What would you tell them?
Oh my God, I would encourage this person fully, like 100%. It's the best thing that someone can offer himself. It's to work with someone that is as competent as you and knows what like you know a lot. You know a lot, like about a lot of things, because I guess you have a lot of experience too, and you learn a lot yourself. I know this about you, that you like to learn. So yes, I would definitely recommend you and encourage this person to work with you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I was a bit in the same situation as you, having health issues and the doctor telling me, well, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it cannot be it. And this is where I dove deeper in my research, issues, studies, Europe and everything, because I truly believe if you find the right solution, taking that time, you can heal. So I do the work for people. I do all the research, and then I just give you a nice plan with recipes. And
exactly, the research that you do is really good. And I remember when you came to see me the first time we met, you told me that it's gonna take time. It's 6 months. It's not like your condition is a severe one, so it's not gonna be resolved in a week, and you have to follow everything I tell you, like really in details. You cannot like follow it for a day and do the next day, do something else and come back to it. So you were very clear in your instructions, and I needed that. I needed someone to tell me this is serious, and I'm gonna be there for you, but you have to also do the work, not only count on me. Like, you're not a magician. Yeah.
Close to it, but no.
yeah. You're like, you have the science, you have the knowledge, you're supportive, you're very nice, but the person who wants to do the change has to do it himself. Yeah.
Because you decided at that point to take control and to find the right resources, and it's really that teamwork.
Yeah.
My expertise and your passion to make the change, then everything is achievable with it.
Yeah. Because I'm sorry, I hear sometimes people say, oh, I went to see someone and it didn't work. As if seeing the person, just going and meet the person is gonna resolve the problem. People should know that you're like a coach. You have a lot of knowledge, and you can provide techniques and methods, and even psychological comment on dit, empowerment. I don't. Yeah. But you can do the work for the person.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, when you see in terms of the coaching industry, there's so many people that don't have the expertise, that are not detail oriented.
Exactly.
And it's really like, that you're starting now as well in the coaching. It's getting that science, that research, making ourselves better so we can create a shortcut for our clients, right?
Yeah.
It's creating that shortcut like I did for you, which makes me so happy. I love my job. So I really want to say thank you for this, because I know a lot of people sometimes, they might have seen me sometimes or not sure, but it's really in terms of finding that right coach and feeling like they resonate with them and trusting them, like you said, but as well deciding like, this is an investment. I'm putting time into myself.
Definitely.
You had goals, you had dreams, and you're like, I need to find a solution. So congrats to you on making that decision.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nejla.
You're welcome.